Hi, I'm Quinn and I'm autistic. Welcome to Autistic. Do people grow out of or overcome being autistic? I'm 51 years of age and I've just told you I'm autistic, so the answer might seem pretty obvious. If I'd grown out of being autistic, I'd have said, "Hi, I'm Quinn and I used to be autistic." But if people don't grow out of it, why do so many of us go unnoticed as adults? What changed? When I tell people I'm autistic, they frequently say things like, "Oh, I'd never have known," or "You don't look, sound or act like you are," which often leads to comments of, "I guess you grew out of it then." There's a famous quote made by the author C.S. Lewis. "When I became a man, I put away childish things." I've heard those words quoted so many times as sage words of wisdom. However, that quote is incomplete. In full it reads, "When I became a man, I put away childish things, including the fear of childishness and the desire to be very grown up." At the time, this was quite a radical concept. It questioned the idea that childhood and adulthood were distinct from one another. Yet in our modern world, there's nothing controversial about what he said. When people enter adulthood, we take on responsibilities that we used to leave to our parents. But who we are remains the same. No internal switch gets flicked when we hit 18 or 21. We have the same desires, ambitions and emotions that we did the day before. It's just our legal status and the expectations of us that change. We haven't grown out of anything. We've simply grown up. You'll often hear people talk of childhood in idealistic terms as a period of innocence, but that's actually quite simplistic. Childhood isn't a golden period of our lives forever frozen in amber. It's a process of growth and change. Throughout our formative years, we become less and less innocent as we become aware of how our actions impact on others, gradually learning what makes people happy along with what displeases them, and we adjust our behaviour accordingly. When we hit that magic age of majority, we're simply asked to put everything we've learned up to that point into action and take on the responsibility we've spent 2 decades or so being prepared for. Of course, some of us, both autistic and not, may have disabilities which prevent us from taking on the full responsibilities of adulthood, but otherwise we all go through that same process and the expectations of us are no different. When we're autistic though, we sometimes have to learn some harder lessons than our neurotypical peers. We have to learn that allowing people to see our sensory distress doesn't get us any help and often gets us into trouble, so we hide it. We notice that our sense of humour doesn't align with everybody else's, so we develop a convincing fake laugh to humour them. We discover that people don't always tell us the truth, so we build an element of caution into our dealings with others. We observe that our need for honesty and consistency makes us stand out in a crowd, so we tone it down and bite our lips when we have to. Over and again we learn new ways in which our brains function differently to other people's and devise ever more subtle methods to disguise it. We play act at being the same as everyone else because it's the only way to survive in this world which treats sameness as a virtue, all the time feeling tormented inside as we betray who we really are for the sake of being accepted. It's known as masking, because that's exactly what it is. We're screaming inside, but the mask we wear for others to see is one of compliance and uniformity, because when we don't wear it, we suffer the consequences. We face a choice of masking and dealing with the anxiety, depression and low self-esteem that follows, or not masking and leading a lonely life of unemployment and social exclusion. Of course, no mask is perfect, and our true selves show on the surface from time to time. We may still be seen as eccentric or a bit odd, but not enough for us to be excluded from society. Our shutdowns or meltdowns might be written off as moods. Our honesty and pragmatism as pedantry or OCD. And our odd senses of humour as quirky. We still stand out, but at least we manage to fit into the cookie-cutter expectations of adulthood well enough to hold down jobs, own property and have families of our own. Do people grow out of being autistic? No, we don't. We just learn that nobody wants to listen when we scream, so we hold it in. Thank you for watching. New Autistic content comes out every Wednesday, and if you don't want to miss any and help us reach more people, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like on the video and comment if you found it interesting. You can make an even bigger difference by supporting us on Patreon or picking up some exclusive Autistic merch.